That was just to say to you, is take it along that line. I'm certain that we already see is important. It's part of the constitutional meetings. All the rules of the ANC apply. And therefore, all of us are expected to be able to such. I don't even have to say one or two. And just to remind you of the institution close up because we do not have enough job disposal because we are a little bit late. We will start
thank you very much, Deputy Chair, directing our program, Comrade West, National leadership, that is with us in this Provincial General Council today, Comrade Namasondo. Yes, Dr. Comrade Jeff Hadebe is with us. Thank you very much for your presence, having afforded the time to come to Provincial leadership. Comrade Sihlezi Galala, Comrade Musa Ruben Move, Ipinde Galopala, leadership of regions that are here, we are all at the Veterans League, led by Babu Domo, the Youth League, we have leadership, Youth League in the province of Bona Mshe, Sagala Nopal, Sagala Stan. The Women's League, Gambon Chairman, it's a Leon. In leadership alliance that is here, all of you comrades, Umkondo Sizwe Veterans Association, among the leadership yakon, kodwa kuyasima ukuthi ikhona noma ke izoba khona amandla. Comrades, we are in a very important meeting. I don't want to call it a gathering. I want to be very formal. It is a meeting that has a status that is above an ordinary meeting of the ANC in the usual sense. A status that, among other things, that's qualified by the fact that we meet like this in a policy general council, or a general council that is focusing on policy once in a while. When we meet like this, you must know that we are doing midterm since the last national conference, which we are now halfway since the last national conference, which then means that we are halfway to the national conference, the next national conference. Now that distinguishes this meeting from all other meetings we may have held in the past, especially in the near past. We've met on several occasions in bigger meetings, strategizing on elections. We've met like this, dealing with other matters related to the local government elections that are coming, and for other purposes. But today, we are in that rare meeting where we focus on policy, doing assessments of where we are, from where we left off last time, that is in the National Conference and in the last General Council, we're making policy and looking at where we are and where we are going. Our policy making as the African National Congress by nature, our policy implementation, when we do work on policy implementation, and our policy review when we do it, should and is always founded on socio-economic conditions that we see prevailing out there and affecting our people, especially the majority of our people, in different ways. Unless our work on policy, whether it is making policy, that is developing policy, whether it is implementing policy, whether it is reviewing policy, unless it is founded on the kind of socio-economic conditions that are prevalent and are experienced by the majority of the people, it will not necessarily have the kind of impact that we want it to have all the time. And therefore, as we deliberate right from now, we should be conscious of the actual objectives rather than entering a leadership where we are entering a conversation amongst ourselves, speaking English, good English, making good English sentences, if we prefer that. But this is not a session where we want to display language proficiency amongst ourselves. This is not a session we want to show off whatever skill. Investing on improving the quality of the impact of our policies that we have an opportunity of this nature to make, but with the sole objective of actually making it talk to the actual socio-economic conditions and with a view to changing those for the better all the time. If we are not here to change anything, and if we are going to go to the National General Council without an objective of changing anything, I think we may as well sit at home and relax. The main thing, therefore, is searching for high impact assessment of our policies on both the affected people, the unemployed and the employed. Because most of the time we talk about the majority of our people being affected by unemployment and therefore facing quite a lot of issues, including inequality, including poverty. But as a result of unemployment. And I believe that while it is correct to talk about the triple challenges, but I believe that on further and deeper analysis, you will always come to the conclusion that if we were to be in a better position to employ as many people as possible, it will immediately have a positive impact on both poverty and on inequality. It means that matter, whichever is agreed on as a causal factor in the triple challenges, you are likely to come to the conclusion that if you deal with unemployment, you are dealing with the whole of the triple challenges and you are hitting the head. While, of course, they reflect. Therefore, we looking at and employment. Of course, we have this particular challenge of unemployment. And this is gripping all our attention as it should be. And the bulk of our deliberations must be to say, what is it that we need to do on all related policy areas that will change the situation of unemployment as is so much prevalent in our country and in our province, especially among the youth and among women, and of course, other sectors of our society. But let me just deal with the employed a little bit so that we don't make an assumption that all is well among those that are employed. So that we don't ignore any policy review in relation to even those that are employed. While we have to emphasize and emphasize and emphasize our worry and our concern about unemployment and unemployment rates in our country and in our province. And of course, emphasize on those policies, on those interventions that have already been made, that are being made. That those who are giving validity on the argument that I'm advancing, that our concern has to be on both sides, side of the unemployed, more emphasis, but also the side of the employed, as we make policy, as we implement policy, as we review policy. So that we don't assume or make any general assumption. In December 2014, don't ask me about the validity of what I'm going to be saying. I just believe that it points to some of the worrying areas that we possibly with the possibility of looking at policy that relates to this, whether we have covered sufficient ground in making policy as it relates to these matters. In December 2014, there was a report by the Credit Consumer Monitor, which states that basically South Africans are getting overburdened by debt. We are increasingly, as South Africans, including by and large those that are employed, maybe in particular those that are employed, are getting deeper in over indebtedness. This is quite a big English word. Just kunombono othi abantu baseNingizimu Afrika, including kakhulukazi bona laba abaqashiwe abasebenzayo, babukakala beshelela bengena more and more ey'kweletini. Kusho ukuthi wena ubuka umuntu ukuthi uyajabula usibanibani ngokuthi uyasebenza, kanti yena esebenza njalo every day engakukhiphi okumphethe, uyazizwa yena ukuthi ngiyasebenza, yebo angibokusebenza phela yona leyo nyanga ngendlela engihlukana kabuhlungu ngayo noma engihlukaniswa kabuhlungu ngayo nomholo wami. Consumers have what is called impaired credit record. Oh, 22 million. 10 million wabo. Uma ubuka isimo sabo seyikweletu. 10 million wabo unoxobo. Uxobo ke yilo othi lo abantu sebake baba ne-judgment kubo njengabantu abakweleta kabi. Kusho ukuthi abantu asebeke basikazwa ngejuzi ngenxa yokukweleta kwabo, banamagama angamile kahle kulaba aba-record abantu abakweleta. U-10 million ke u-22 million cishe kubuhafu. Abantu abawu-10 million abantu abaningi ngempela la. Uma ufuna abantu abaningi ufuna u-10 million nobani. Baningi labo bantu. Kusho ukuthi ke close to 50% of the credit active consumers bane judgment over them for one reason or the other. Ukhona elinye record futhi lidalanyana kelona la August 2012 ikhishwa abantu kuthiwa u-National Credit Regulator. Abese ke ethi abakoleta or abantu nje imali abayikoletayo imali yokukoleta ulu ngempela afuna ukuyibiza amafifika yayo ulu mali wakwazi ukuba nayo in your lifetime ngaphandle uma umuntu ophile enye impilo funa udla amazambane kaBonda hayi lona. Kodwa ke ithi record kulaba bantu sikhuluma ngabo abakweletayo njengoba kukhombisa i-Public Service Commission ngo-2008 uma kuvulwa amarekhodi kahulumeni ubheka abasebenzi bakahulumeni, maphoyisa, on as evil. Ukukhokha imali enkulu bona badonsela kakhulu imali. Kusho ukuthi uma ukula salary categories awu 3, 6, 7, 8 kakhulu. Kodwa ngiyafuna ngiqhubeke ngoba khona lapho ngifuna ukuya khona ngale background. For 2014-2015 financial year, imali eyayidonsa edonsiwe kubantu abasebenzayo aba-employed by government. Labo 188 million rand. It highlights the need of looking at policy from time to time, even reviewing policies from time to time. And also looking at how we apply policy from time to time. Looking at is there no area, a small area that we need to look at as far as that is concerned? In the context of many people getting deeper and deeper into, so that we try and protect them, even they apply the on garnishing order. Ubona nje ubona lesixuxu esiyahamba kuyothetha. Now there are many things that lead to employed people getting deeper into while the early public servants. Now, this issue, well, that they are affected by the labor laws that were passed up to now. They will tell you how much. They will tell you a long story. How much they feel inadequately as a as the ruling party were in on which, the basis of which we raise further arguments. What is important in a meeting like this is not to look up, it is to look down. Down from where you come from. Look at how people, the kind of lives that the people from where you come are living. Most difficult. Ufisa ukuthi ubhisi argument yakho kuye ngenxa khona amanzi afa kulamula la ukhona abantu abagqoke kahle into egqamile noma buke ebusweni ungacishe ushuta sharp. Now, if uzothatheka ilokho, you possibly will find that you have very little to contribute. But if you look back where you come from, and you say, here I am very privileged, and it is a privilege to come to the PGC of the ANC. And to go through the NGC of the ANC is even double privilege. Makuthiwa nje jobula uwe futhi uya national kufanele ukuthi uhambe uyibuka usho ukuthi awukhona usho ukuthi awukhona ungase ke uthande ukuthi ubalansise le privilege oyinikiwe nalokho ozokucontribute ngale privilege. Ubona ukhethelweni ukuthi uye lapha. Ukusubuka ukuthi uzodeliver yini njengokukhethwa kwakho nokuthenjwa kwakho. Noma uzoba nawo unembeza ozothi ngathi khona umuntu osalile okufanele uyena like helicopter. Ikakhulukazi uma uzothi xoxo bese isikhathi abanye bekhuluma noma uTwitter noma iSMS noma yini ibilo kuyidosile nje ukusuthi ngoba ngikhona commission bayakhuluma bese kuthi occasional umusuthi amandla ugcina ukuthi by the way, comrades, there was a time when we were assumed ukuthi thina la KwaZulu-Natal masiya ku-NGC kukhona abantu who were passing very mischievous comments, not in our face, but on the passages saying siyocula, and therefore our numbers compared to other provinces are not going to be important. That we must not allow. We mustn't allow ourselves to be taken for granted. But where does it start? It starts from us. Then we should refuse to take ourselves for granted. Ourselves in the first place. Each one of us. Don't take yourself for granted and saying, I'm me from KZN. But we can only demonstrate that through clarity of the mind, through quality, in-depth contributions to discussions that will take place. But of course, on our overall unit as a province, in terms of our policy proposals, as we choose the plenary, where we're going. And when we go there, we shouldn't stress because alokhu ukhetho la. Akekho umuntu ozothi woza ngapha. Ngoba ufuna ukuchatha or something like that. But I think in that NGC we proved our point. Because we sang along others. But when it was time to debate, we debated along others. If not even better in some cases. When we come to this issue, we will be going to the General Council. Understanding very well that we are led by the National Executive, at the head of which we have President Jacob Zuma as our president. President Zuma comes from KwaZulu-Natal. He was born and bred in KwaZulu-Natal. Grew up in KwaZulu-Natal. Opened his political eyes and ears and started walking political paths in KZN. And he cut his political teeth in this province. And then went beyond the province. I don't want to waste time about the rest. And we have supported our president. All the time, without any failure. In many conferences and in many situations. The questions that got often asked and things that get thrown to the media about doubts of one kind or the other based on support from KwaZulu-Natal, whether as the province or as sometimes get reflected on based on individuals amongst ourselves. We don't know where all those things come from. Honestly, don't know where they come from. We only understand them to be thrown in different media. Only when we can only respond by giving one answer that there's some kind of agenda or the other behind such stories. Whether it's in support to the president as a province or as individuals. We only think that there will always be some kind of agenda that we don't go along. And I don't think we must play along those lines so that we start looking at each other with doubt, whether from the front or from the back. Utma as a comrade, Nangugelo. And I'm telling you, President, protected the Mugel. Ume nomunye ukuthi umbuka noma bese dlula ukuthi yamona lo ubuka nje ibreak yakhe. Yibo bonke abantu kufanele sivikele upresident kubo bonke la. I think we must grow up as comrades and operate at a level where we are able to trust one another as comrades and mature in our politics, internal politics. And where there are issues that we need to raise amongst one another. Let's do so with all honesty and openness, but not raise matters and conclude or reach conclusions in a manner that casts doubts to other comrades. The National General Council, therefore, as leadership of this province, expecting around the president would be in full support of President Jacob Zuma, as was on Natal, without any doubt. Two last issues that I want to raise. I'm saying this because when you go to General Council, you know very well that it's not just about policy. Once abantu bahlangana, babakhona abantu abathi alethuba lokuraiser ikhulume ba. In some cases, we raise those matters as sectors. And we may as well say the last General Council that was here at Tegwini, on the side, kwakunesivunguvungu nje sasiza. Sincike kupolice kodwa usiza ukuthi sine policy no half. Ilo hafu kwawusihlupha. Ilo hafu kwawusihlupha kakhulu. Wasuvela-ke ku-General Council. When you push an issue beyond indlela okwenziwa ngayo issues, personalize them, and want to be chauvinistic about some issues, threaten other people and say, uma bengayivumi le policy yethu, national conference, so areza kahle ama issues. What is it? Khulume nje kahle. Siraise nje equality that's a debate. Ebese-ke uthatha the best idea. The other issue to come futhi kuyimethe ngaphakathi. Basikhoyinele into okuthiwa i-Premier League. Bayikhoyina nje sayibona isikhona emaphepheni. I relate-ke yona policy that we are going there for. So singayithwali, that is the first thing. Siyithwale emahlombe, siyithwale ekhanda, sithwale policy, siyodila ne-policy la. Siyozama ukwakha indlela ezoshintsha iy'mpilo zabantu. But my put about political issues, we don't need to be taken and then taken to the side and then focus on side issues. This is Nasabuya Manalotu. The take that I would just put here is that it's not about you worrying yourself. Is there threat to or it does? Therefore, we should recall. But if you ask yourself first, deeper, arrive at a reasonable, rational answer. But futhi mawuthi ayikho bese uthi arrive at another answer. So the best thing in terms of how we move forward on this, and even in the General Council, is to take an approach that we are going there for policy making. And we have to focus almost exclusively on policy making. If such issues arise, those systems will just put them as the tea and the coffee. Let's cut some break. And not make them central issues in our debate and in our posture. And it is time for serious work of making policy, discussing implementation of policy, and of course reviewing policy, which is the central issue that must preoccupy all our time and our exposure as we go there. Bakhona ikhulumayo kusho ukuthi laba bayaziyo ngalalela kwaphela indlebe ngekuyivala ukuthi kuthiwani ubuze further questions kodwa kusho ukulalela so that you don't deny things only to find that they exist. But you also don't get taken by things meant or said to be existing, only to find that they don't. Mawuzwa umsinjwana ngoba ezinye izinto zithi noma engizingekho kodwa imisindo yazibe khona. Ithunzi zazo zibe khona ubelokhu uyibuza uyithunzi usuyibukela. Yini ke le? Akuyona nje. Ufanele ukwenze nje ukuvula more ears, more eyes. Uyobona nawe ngoba uyona ingane. Uyobona nawe ukuthi utakuyona ke le nkomo ubuze bokutshela uyithola i-answer usuqhubeka. Bakuthi buza kanjani. Comrades, the last issue that I want to raise relates to a matter that has been raised in various quarters, including ourselves and the media, once more. Emanating from the comments that were made by His Majesty the King on the occasion of King Shaka Day, on 24 September. On the issue that say, what is it that you're saying on those comments? All that we want to say is that we have no comment. That is our comment. Then we don't have any comment. But we have a position that say, both as the ANC, because of Natal and government, that we want to promote healthy relations between ourselves and the state all the time. That is what has always informed our position. That is what has guided us all the time. And that is what we believe in all the time. That we must have good relations with His Majesty, the King. As the African National Congress in KwaZulu-Natal, as the alliance and as government of this province. And in line with that, we do everything that will ensure that those good relations are ensured and are developed all the time. If there's any challenge that arises as we do our work, we will need to respond to those challenges by that very same position that say we want to have good relations and want to cultivate good relations with His Majesty the King. And that is what will guide us. Even in this particular instance, we will be guided by that and nothing else. We're not going to be then get taken to respond to that particular issue or statement or whatever. We are going to say, what is it that we need to do in this particular instance to ensure that we have good relations with His Majesty the King? And we'll be guided by that, and we'll do that without any semblance of. If there's any challenge that arises, we will deal with the challenge that arises informed by that very position. Therefore, that's our position. On individual issues, we have no comment. Now, comrades, we want to take this opportunity and say, whereas in one PGC, I think we're leading to Polokwane, and while we were meeting, taking common positions as KwaZulu-Natal in what we were going, at that time we were going to the national conference, not to a policy-making session like the NGC. I remember that SAPC was left us as the PGC, clearly mandated by branches and everybody else. And they went to look for one individual somewhere in one region. And then in the news in the evening, we were told that KwaZulu-Natal is not united. Simply because the cameras went to one individual who was not part of the PGC. And then articulated a different position. Then we were told, wasekuthi thina sigcwele singaka sakaphuma ku-TV. WeSABC waba nekhono nje lokuthi afune one individual who was not in the PGC, not mandated by anybody. Wayophuma kwasekuphuma istatement esithi, we are not united as a province. Ukuthi inkinga yethu ukuthi my-TV isho njalo uhlezi wena lounge kwakho lapho uyibuka khona noma kudala noma kuphi. Uzokhuluma umuntu oyedwa engale kwebhokisi kwesibhuku, awukwazi ukumjakame. Kanse awumelangane nichazele ukuthi ngiphuma ngoba usuke ngale kwesibhuku. Uyakhuluma nje azaqeda. Ungayeka konke okwenzayo ngaleso sikhathi umangale ukuthi hawu. Kodwa the fact of the matter uzosenza as a statement at KwaZulu-Natal is not united. Bese kuvela lowo muntu lowo or that individual. I think our spirit as we go to the NGC must be to seek to maximize unity amongst ourselves as the province and ensure, of course, unity you can't other than cultivating unity in the trenches, in the discussion, in the questions that we have to ask amongst ourselves. And if there is a time when we need unity, it is when we have challenges amongst ourselves. That is the time that we need to say how do we turn the situation around and actually sideline whatever issue that might divide us unnecessarily and turn it into unity of purpose as KwaZulu-Natal. And so in a few days, we'll be in Gauteng, deliberating, mixing with other provinces and so on. We will need to respond to those individuals that will come from the side to us. Bezos Kweba Betty, United, and so on. Those are side issues that we must allow it to prevail. Welcome to the province. Sixoxe nje masiku NGC. Umuntu mangabe sibuza indaba zethu ze-province sithi iyaphela i-NGC ngomsombuluko silandele. Silandele. Sabe sihlale nawe kahle KwaZulu-Natal bese sixelele. Awusiyeke manje size kupolice. That is KwaZulu-Natal that we'll be expecting. And that is the spirit that we'll be expecting from amongst ourselves. And that is the KwaZulu-Natal that we understand and that we know. May we have good deliberations on policy here at the PGC and indeed emerge with the kind of outcomes that will impact out there on the people who so much believe in all of us as a collective. And when our being here is their hope, ukuthi singabuya nento ezobasiza ibakhiphe ey'beni iningi labantu esibarepresentayo abakuzona ebese sikwazi ukubawezela ngaphesheya. And we have capacity to do it as this collective. Monday.
Officials are you are required to be outside. You will find comrades officials, Malawian officials, please report to Comrade Tongais and the credentials team outside. And so, communicated to you your credentials with when they are ready. Here, they call you to report to the credentials team. It means that they must resolve. Or report is not ready to you. As we our program, then we will tell you when. But in the meantime, go straight into the framework and objectives of the PGC, an address issue which will be we must ukuthi bayani isina ngani abamasha ngani abamasha ukuthi family yakhe family nje why let us go to see here to come and give us framework for the MGC.
Long live ANC, long live. Long live South African Communist Party, long live. Long live Sanko, long live. A long way. Royal Lions roar. Long live the spirit of Umkhonto wesizwe, long live. Family and veterans live. Family. Amka. Thanks, Comrade Chair. Comrades, I think before I start, it will be important once again to reiterate there are two in the ANC recruiting. Of the army, the recruiting Umkhonto wesizwe, because the task of it was done excellently. ASP League, Veterans League. The Veterans League don't go to door recruiting. But I go nje. Uze ube na 20. Engaziyofika yina. Uthi musu service bethe na umane wathi 40 usuhamba reach you into this. That is the, and I'm sure of us apply of the movement who are expected to get wrong in